I guess we're in a game shift. Ant-Man, did he just solidify himself as the new face of the NBA finally? KD still talking on burners, or is he? And Tyreek Hill, where is he going? Let's dive in. So, as far as Anthony Edwards, I've been hot and cold on him, but I like what he did for the All-Star game. You know, he is no doubt a baller, and the things he could do are just what the league needs. He's flashy, but he's also an all-around good basketball player. I mean, the fact is, Kawhi and the way he played in the All-Star game might have took a little sting out of what Anthony Edwards did, but Anthony Edwards just showed and proved why people are quick to say that he is the face of the league. And honestly, I think it's who they want to be the face of the league. He's not always predictable. He be saying like some crazy things sometimes. People say that there's a smile and resemblance to Michael Jordan, and they're always looking for comparisons. But he is just a baller. And I feel like, players do it, but just the way that Ant-Man paid homage in the post game to the legends, it like sat really good with me. And people sometimes might say I'm a new head hater, but he really gave the old heads their homage that the old heads paved the way for them. And he's just doing it back and he wants to give it to them tenfold. And I think that's something we've been missing with LeBron. Like compared to MJ and LeBron was kind of reluctant to, take competition, but now with Ant-Man, he wants it. Just the way he be jaw jacking with KD in that round one series, like he wants it. He wants to beat his idols. Timeout. You want to join the sports community with the authentic take? Make sure you hit that subscribe button for endless sports content. And along with him winning the Kobe Bryant Award. I still love how that got renamed to that, but he won the All-Star MVP. I think this is another notch in his belt that gives him confidence that I'm here and I need to take this league over because it's mine. And I really appreciated that. And it was just fun to watch last night because you could tell without even seeing effort, because that was the main drawback of people not wanting to watch the All-Star game anymore, is that you seen that he wanted it. So that is definitely a bright spot for me that I love. And, you know, I feel like maybe this first half of the season hasn't been as powerful as um, since he's been on the rise. But I think this is another notch in his belt to just solidify that he should be that man. He should be the face of the NBA. And I like where it's going right now. And now let's get into the most thin-skinned superstar we've ever had in the NBA. KD apparently still got Twitter fingers or X fingers, whatever you want to call it these days. And I'm going to take it 50-50 that it could be him, but it could not be because there was like tweets or whatever that he's talking about Steve Kerr that he's never wrote anything on the like as far as game plan and blah blah blah, and he's lucky to get his like 3 championships, and I'm not exactly quoting, but that's what he basically said. But this one kind of makes me feel like he didn't do it because why would he just say 3 championships when Steve Kerr has 4? I just think, a lot of these NBA players, especially someone like KD, is very knowledgeable and knows his stats. And I don't think he would fumble something like this. But then again, he goes on to talk about Jabari Smith Jr. and some of his, players currently with the Rockets. And why this is one that I do kind of believe is because this whole first half, it's kinda, like, supposed to be the rebirth of, KD got out of Phoenix, he kinda didn't wanna really be there, but he stuck it out, and now he's in Houston, he's in Texas, where he went to college and really excelled, and I just been having to see him, and I it's, like, really shocking to me, actually. He's, like, blowing up on the sideline, and it's like, I know he's KD, but he's the newest piece to this team, and he's kinda, like, flashing and, like, breaking down and all this stuff, and it's just weird, and that's why I kinda believe that if he's allegedly taking shots at some Houston players, I kinda would believe this. And then some other stuff he said about his time in Phoenix, that it was kinda like he was playing with dictators and stuff, referring to Devin Booker, which that's weird. Um, and the fact that when they won, it was because of Devin Booker, but when they lost, it was KD's fault. And that is just, if it's true, just makes me laugh because this is what an athlete has to go through. You gotta have tough skin, thick skin, because if you're a superstar, you're gonna get that kind of backlash, even if it's not deserved. So it's like you're supposed to brush this off, take it as motivation, and buck up for the next game. But even when, KD was in Golden State, he was a very thin-skinned guy. So I'm kind of 50-50 on these. And because KD does have a reputation of being on burner phones and being able to lash out at people without them knowing it's him, I think that you could probably believe that this might be true. And lastly, Tyreek Hill has been released from the Miami Dolphins. He is probably loving life right now, even though he's rehabbing from injury, because Miami kind of looks like a sinking ship. I mean, think about it. Who thought at the start of the season that, you know, Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill were not going to be with the team in the following season? But Tyreek Hill is gone, and now who wants his services? I mean, I would love if my 49ers went and got him, but he is 32, coming off a serious injury, so I do have my holdback with that. But one place that I don't want him to go, and big head, receding hairline of the century, Stephen A. Smith, even though he's someone I respect, he's already pushing for Tyreek Hill to reunite with Patrick Mahomes with the Kansas City Chiefs. That ain't good for the league. That's like KD going to the Warriors. I hope that don't happen, but I kind of feel like it's a possibility because you could always see, when Tyreek returned there, he loves the Walrus, Andy Reid, and he loves Patrick Mahomes, and he's kind of made shots at Tua Tagovailoa, kind of, being like, why can't you be more like Patrick Mahomes and stuff like that. So this could be a reunion. I hope Stephen A. Smith didn't jinx this, but I really hope he ain't going back to the Kansas City Chiefs because I don't think it's good for the league. But who knows? There's a lot of options out there, and I hope the wealth is spread around the league as far as Tyreek Hill. And let's see where this guy winds up. Definitely a hot commodity on the market right now. If you like what you heard, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Like always, this has been the Authentic Take.